Alright, so in this video we'll quickly talk about hash functions and what they are exactly. Hash functions are very commonly used basically in cryptography and also usually, as we know, also a lot in blockchains. And basically a hash function takes unlimited different types of input. So you can input whatever you would like. So there are unlimited possibilities of what you could enter or give as input to the hash function, but the output is limited. So that's basically the base concept here. So for example, you could have the word hash the word hello. You could hash the word whatever. This is a text. You could hash something. The length doesn't matter actually. So that's basically but the thing here is, so the input could be infinite, so whatever. So the input could be however long we would want it to be, anything basically. So that's basically the input here. But now there's the clue more or less, but the output is limited. The output is limited to a certain format, so all the outputs will have the same length and only contain certain characters. So the output is limited to a high range of different possibilities basically. So let's quickly go over some hash functions. We do so in the middle. We'll put the hash functions there. For example, let's take some outdated ones like MD5, so the well-known ones, SHA 256, 512. What else is there? We could just take some random stuff here. For example, what else is there? Yeah, well, we could, as you can see here, Series C's, MD2, MD4, MD5. So lots of them already insecure, not recommended. For example, MD5 is something I remember when I was a little bit younger and could program my first website. I wanted to hash my user passwords. So we can quick look at it on Wikipedia. So we can see here, so somewhere they flagged it, I think, as unsecure, unsuitable. So at some point, right, in December, block could be broken. Right, so in 2008 already they concluded that it's broken. So, but let's continue here. So basically, you can input whatever you like, but the output has always the same length here. So right now it's SHA 256. So we could basically do whatever you want. So hash whatever we want, and we would get a certain output. Every time we change one character, the hash is something completely different. And very important to understand that that's not encrypting, that's hashing. Because if you encrypt something, you are able to decrypt it and reverse it. But the problem, well, quote unquote problem, is that if you hash something, you're not able to get the hash back. So if you would hash that, there are multiple things from how it got to the hasher. There are basically unlimited different possibilities how it could have gotten to the hash. So if you, for example, enter A, it's CA, whatever. But for example, there are certain combinations how it could also get the same hash with a different input. So that's very important to understand. Right. So there are well-known hashing functions. So like I said, it's you enter a text, a string, you convert it using a hashing function, you get limited amount of outputs, and that's basically what hashing is. It's very famous, I guess, for being used, for example, in proof of work. So you define a specification, for example, how many leading zeros have to be there, and then it's being brute forced, so you can get basically a hash which contains a certain number of zeros, and it takes lots of time as well. Usually it's being adjusted, so it takes about 10 minutes, as we know in Bitcoin. But right, so hashing is also being used a lot with signing, so we'll also made videos about that. But in this video, I only wanted to show you basically what hashing is. We'll also link the website here and also understand how it works more or less. So I will not go into detail how the SHA2 algorithm works, because I guess this would be a little bit over the top. So you can see here the pseudocode, how it works, but I guess it would be a little bit, like I said, over the top to understand all of that. But right, I wanted to mention that, I want to explain that, and right, so yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.